now listening to the Gabba Gabba Hunt Talks podcast, where we bring you conversations with people connected to the Carolinas underground music scene. Hey there, and welcome to Gabba Gabba Hunt Talks release series. On this episode, you're going to hear all about True Lilith's new song, Trash, about their origins as a band, and about some very unlikely influences. After you listen to this episode, be sure to go and like and follow this band on Facebook, follow them on Spotify, or wherever you stream music. Add this song to playlist. That actually helps more than you realize, and it only takes a couple of seconds to follow the band and add the song to one of your playlists. This song should be streaming just about everywhere, maybe even Napster. You'll hear a little bit more about that in this episode. And you should also check out truelilith.bandcamp.com. If this song's not available there yet, their first EP is. If you want to directly support this band, this is the place to do it. Buy those downloads. We bands really appreciate that. Now let's get right to the episode.
We gotta fix the camera first.
Yeah, we gotta get
the good angle.
Hey,
What's up, man?
How are y'all doing?
Hi. Hey.
All right, so I don't think we've ever really met before. My name's Mike.
I'm Mike.
Play in Van Huskins and do Gabba Gabba Hunt.
We see you guys play.
You play live.
Probably that show with Wilma and the Walburns.
Yeah, that was the
we
one.
were there.
Yeah.
That was the one.
That was a good show.
That was a great show.
So introduce yourselves, and I guess you can start, whoever wants to start.
Chloe plays guitars and sings. I'm music. I play drums and occasionally sing.
I'm Shepard. I just play bass. You know how it is.
Okay, yep. So how are y'all all getting along during this time right now?
It's so, I don't know. I hate this quarantine, man. There's so much stuff we could be doing, and we're just not doing it. I mean, I guess we're focusing on the music part of it, but like, I miss playing live. I think that's how everyone feels. We all miss playing live, though.
Yeah.
So hair pulling to a point, you know?
Yeah.
It's because we had like 4 shows lined up before this coronavirus hit, and then all canceled.
Yeah, trust me, we had a few, and our EP, we just released it. I mean, that was kind of going to happen at Repo Record, and that didn't happen. So we just did it online, and we'll celebrate it later. So.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that by the time we celebrate that one, it don't matter if we have another one to celebrate by then, because by then we may have some more music before we can actually play live again.
That's funny. Yeah, I've just been personally just playing so many video games. That's all there is to do. That and school.
Yeah. Well, I just dove into this a little bit harder, so it's kind of working out for me in a way, but I'm ready to get back to playing.
Oh, yeah. Same here. Oh, I can't handle it too. Yeah. I can't handle it.
So I'm talking to the band True Lilith, and I'll edit all this together so it'll all work out. But I'm talking to the band True Lilith. You guys are fairly young. I mean,
yeah,
and I like that.
He's 21.
Yeah, I always hear this in like the scene is like, oh, you gotta check out these guys. They're so young. That's the first thing that people say about us.
I mean,
we're so young.
Teens, though, like we're adults.
Well, yeah, but it's not. I mean, it's not a diss on it or anything. I think all of us, especially people my age, that we all got started when we were around your age, and you know, as adults, you know, we look around and we look at all the bands that are our peers, and it's all people our age, you know, in their 40s and some are early 50s, late 30s. But we don't see, or at least for a little while, we weren't seeing a whole lot of younger bands. And now all of a sudden, you know, we're just super excited to have bands like you and Death of August and Wilma, the Walburns. There's so much good young talent in Charlotte. And I just think it's amazing. And I just want to highlight that and keep encouraging it.
It's so weird how that came about, too, because I kind of noticed it myself. It was like just a bunch of younger bands just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to figure it out myself of how it happened, and I have a theory it's when all the clubs closed down, like when Tremont closed down.
Yeah.
And all these young kids would go to these bands, like, oh, we gotta start bands now. I think that's how it happened.
Yeah.
I think that's my guess.
Well, it's great because, I mean, you know, 25 years ago when I was playing, you know, about 25 years ago, I was 21. But around that time, all of a sudden all these bands popped up with like kids that were 17, 18, 19. And so that was really cool. So it's always cool that when all this happens, it's nice to not be the only one out there that's young, for one. But it's also nice to have the support of the people that have been there, you know, for a little while before you. And and we just we all think it's great. So, you know, you'll hear that young thing, but don't let it throw you off. It's not in any way a condescension or anything. We just think it's great.
I always just find it funny just because that's the first thing I hear is, I mean, which is, it's a compliment because then people always talk about our musical ability, which is nice, you know. But, you know, when you're getting the comments, it's always weird, you know. You're just kind of, oh, sure, yeah, I guess I'm talented, you know. Because you never go into it, like, wanting to be complimented. You want to go in it for the music first, and I think that's why you get thrown off by those compliments and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and the music's really good. So how long have you guys been together as a band?
This incarnation of it.
Only since like last summer.
Yeah, last summer this incarnation really took off then.
Yeah.
For a while it was me and Chloe doing stuff, and then for a while it was just Chloe. And so it really came together, last summer, and then it just kind of took off from there. We're just like taking the scene by storm.
Yeah.
Because we've been kind of a thing where we just didn't play out for like 2 years. We only kind of did practices here and there, but we really started playing live this summer. So we're still kind of new to it.
Yeah.
And I still haven't caught you guys live, but I definitely want to. But I've been listening to the music, what you've got on Spotify. It all sounds really good. I'm just really impressed.
And they're old songs.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
They're kind of like, I wrote Wilt when I was like 16.
Yeah.
We wrote Melancholia, he came up with The Line, so we kind of started collaborating, and then Slow Burn's kind of newer, so.
Yeah,
I wasn't there for the writing of any of the songs on the EP.
They're older, yeah.
Yeah.
I jumped on and was like, hey, I'll play that.
Yeah, and now we're kind of collaborating and becoming more progressive, so it's really nice to see how the sound's changing.
Yeah. Well, I did a live radio set Saturday night, and I played Wilt on there, and it got a lot of good feedback that night.
That's cool.
Lost without a cause, bleed without cause, dream I'm not at home, leave my skin and bones. Mother Nature is without any love to give, wilting flowers.
You know, people really give me compliments on it, and you always have to be judgmental on your own stuff.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? So we're always like, really? You like that?
I'm very self-conscious about it, you know, I'll listen to it and then be like, it's okay, and then I'll hate it, and then I'll be like, it's okay, I guess.
Trust me, I've been through that. I've gotten to where now I mostly love the stuff that we put out. But in the past, there's been some stuff, even now, that I listen to from way back when. I think, why did I write that? Or why did I play that? It was just not that good. But then other people love it, so.
Yeah, it's very subjective.
Yeah, especially when it's like your first stuff putting out, you want a good impression, and you're like, well, if you're not like 100,000% happy with it,
Right.
you're gonna be critical. Because that's the first thing people are gonna hear.
And we did that EP in about a month. Exactly a month.
Yeah.
So we didn't take any time on it. We were just like, we gotta throw something out.
We had only been a band for like a month.
Yeah.
I planned like a month or two before we recorded all
Really,
that.
we just wanted something to have to give the venues so we could start playing shows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
be professional as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because a lot of these venues are like, well, we want to hear what you guys, do. We're
Yeah.
like, oh, we haven't got anything. Around that time, that's when we started playing like Skylark and everything. So it was just so it was just trying to get those songs out as quick as possible.
Yeah. So you say this is this current incarnation of True Lilith, but were any of you in bands before?
Me and Music were in a group together that I think we did one show.
We did a single show.
We did a single show,
Mhm.
and we were like, it's so different from Lilith, though. We were in like would you describe it as like new metal?
It wasn't really. It was more. It had a little bit more integrity than new metal, I think.
Yeah.
But also not.
No integrity.
Because it was me and Shepard and our friend Adrian.
And I was in it at one point. Like,
Yeah,
you
it
helped.
was kind of jammed, but
Yeah, and then we needed a vocalist, and we found this guy, Betty Booth, and he came and rapped with us, and we were called Mercury, and he wrote some raps to our songs, and then we did a couple of Rage Against the Machine covers. It was more alt metal than new metal.
It was a very interesting show. I remember people still talk to me about that. They'll go up to me and be like, "Yo, you guys doing any Mercury shows?" I'm like, No, we're not. Because I think the lead singer once during that one show we did. There's a video of it. He's literally attacking one guy in the audience, like full on punching him in the face.
Yeah.
So we were like, probably not. And if you go to a little show, you might get punched in the face. I don't know.
There's no promises there.
Yeah, there's no promises. I'm not gonna promise you're not, but you're less.
yeah, he will bust his ass though. Like he will fall. It's a guarantee he will fall.
Yeah, I will fall on stage at one point.
So, Chloe, have you ever played any other bands, or is this your first band?
I was technically kind of in Mercury at one point,
Okay.
but I just started playing with other people, so I was kind of, they'd been a thing before, so I was like, oh, I play here and there, and then I kind of wanted to start my own thing and do a more alt-rock kind of psychedelic sound.
Yeah.
She had too many creative juices to just sit around and play the shit we wrote.
When I met Chloe, I thought Chloe was kind of an anomaly to me.
Yeah.
And it's because it's come from some dumb thing that I always think, because I was always looking for, like, growing up, I always was into female, like, lead guitar players.
Mm-hmm.
I could never find one, like, ever. Because there's a lot of girls out
They're
there.
rare.
They're very rare, like, just pure soloists.
Yeah.
And I found Chloe, and I was just like, I gotta do something here, because I love that female guitar dynamic, because I just felt like there was none of it. Even in just modern music today, there's not, like, you can name the great guitar players, there's not a lot of women on that list,
Yeah. Not that there aren't great women guitar players, they just don't get the recognition.
Yeah.
I think they're becoming more common,
Mm-hmm.
though, as the years go by.
Mm.
That's good.
So that's kind of why I kind of wanted to get into this, because I was like, ooh, female guitar player, that's gonna be dope.
And she's got a great voice, so that's a plus as well. So
Yeah, I always.
She's
singer.
really hard on herself for that, because she's a guitar player first,
Yeah.
and a singer second.
I just kind of did it because we couldn't really find anyone else to fit this sound, and it was like, well, that works, so we can just have you do it since you write the lyrics.
And I've always been a big fan of the power trio.
Yeah.
I've always believed in the power trio.
trust me, I love that too. I'm a big fan of the trio myself. So
That show where we saw you guys, it was you and Wilma and Walburns and Vicarious. Everyone was a three-piece.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
I love shows like that. And Charlotte's got a lot of great 3-piece bands that just sound amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who needs another guitar?
Wilma being one of those bands, I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the bands that I'm always impressed with is Wilma.
Yeah.
Vicarious.
Vicarious is
so
the other one that that's always like.
They both released new stuff recently, and we've been plugging it. So
Yeah.
Vicarious is kind of. I didn't know who they were until we saw them at that show you guys played.
Yeah, same here.
It was like they come like once in a blue moon, and this was like apparently I'm at some legendary event, and I was like, that's cool. And then they started playing, and it blew my fucking.
I remember he actually said, like, I quit. We're done. But those guys are stupidly talented.
And they put on one hell of an energetic show too. So
yeah, they're great.
There's like 10 people there.
it's like they were lucky to be there. So
that was a lot of fun though. So you've got this new single coming out on Friday. Well, I guess it'll be today because that's when the episode will drop as well.
May 8th.
I think May 8th. I think we pushed it back a little bit.
Where did you record at?
We recorded at Knot Hole Studios with Boo English, the man himself.
Okay, yeah. Awesome.
He's great. I didn't know him before all this. He was friends with my dad, who's done some recording with him.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's great. I mean, I have no one to compare him to because he's the only person I've ever recorded with, but
yeah, he did the EP
enjoy
as well.
He did the EP,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool guy. He's it's very relaxed in that studio, and we're just there like from all morning to to late afternoon, just just doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate it because we always have a show right before we have to record every single time.
Yeah.
And we always come in like so tired, like an hour of sleep. I honestly don't remember any of my tracking sections.
Yeah.
It's like every song we've done, I don't remember one tracking session.
So did you record more than just the one song, or did you just record one song?
We recorded 3 in this session.
We recorded 3 in this session. We're actually trying to do the album. That's what we're trying to do right now.
Okay. So you're going to do
that's
like
what
record more than 3 to release a whole album at one time.
Yeah, we're doing it kind of like spurts. So we do like 3 here, 3 there, 3.
Mostly because until in a week or so, I was still in college, so we could only do so much time. But I graduate in like 2 weeks, so I'll be here for the foreseeable future.
Congratulations.
Oh yeah, thank you.
And the good thing about the way you're doing it, so you recorded 3 songs, you're releasing one right now, and you'll probably go back to the studio, record another handful of songs. Along the way, you can kind of drop a single every now and then just to keep people aware of it, especially during the time we can't play out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nice to be able to throw something out there every now and then to keep people aware of you or whatever. So that when we come back from all this, people will be ready to go out and see it. And then you can drop that album, have the big release party or whatever, and people come out and support it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That's the idea, yeah. I remember we were in this point, we're like, we gotta drop something. And then everybody drops something.
And the name of the single it's Trash?
Yeah, Trash.
Why are you so empty? I guess it's 'cause you think that you're better than us or something. Fucking us in the end! Fucking us in the end! Hope you're happy.
Who would you say are your biggest influences musically?
We have a vast array.
There's a lot here.
Well, same here.
I'm gonna start with number 1. Rush has always been, I think, a big influence on just me and music, and even Chloe in general. Just
we all
because
enjoy Rush.
I think that's the one we all really share.
Nirvana too, the all, kind of.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Yeah, I mean the basics. I mean, me, it's very broad for me because I'm a big audiophile because I'm always listening to like different types of jazz.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with a lot of soul music growing up, like Sam Cooke and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
And then we like have this weird thing where we like bands like System of a Down.
System of a Down's it's big. Also, for me, like it's random, but I really like Weezer.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
Weezer,
Good alt rock.
which is not like intricate or mechanically amazing like most of the music I'm really into, but for some reason just that songwriting, I guess.
Yeah, Weezer gets a lot of hate, but they don't do that. I understand to a certain extent, but they're a good band. I like Weezer.
Yeah, I love them.
I think Yes is one for me. Tool, a lot of the progressive bands.
Mm-hmm.
Chloe dives into the more what's the genre you like, post-punk? You dive into
I really am a big post-punk fan. My biggest influence by far, that's got to be Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit's great, okay?
Gastonia represent.
It's a guilty pleasure. It's good stuff.
Dude, I love
it.
Rihanna, okay? You'll catch me playing Rihanna or like Donna Summer.
Hey, that song Umbrella's bad as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, and her metal one that can be metal.
Oh, I always feel like was it Good Girl Gone Bad, that album? If you just change up everything and make it like really heavy electric guitar, that's a metal album. Like the rhythms of it. I'm like, I always tell people, I'm like, someone needs to do a version of Good Girl Gone Bad where it's a metal album.
I'll have to listen to it with that in mind.
Yeah, that's what I always tell people. And everyone's like, you're fucking crazy, But those are kind of our influences right there.
No.
Mostly Rihanna.
Yeah, if you gather anything from that, it's Rihanna.
Yeah, Rihanna. And Limp
I like
Bizkit.
Radiohead and The Strokes,
No.
My Bloody Valentine, Sonic Youth.
Good bands.
Stuff.
Yeah, good bands. Awesome. So you guys, I guess, you're still getting together and practicing right now? Still getting together and playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just really started to do that recently.
Yeah, we all quarantine for about a month-ish, and then we were like, I think it's...
Let's just see us three.
Yeah. We're contemplating it. We kind of waited till the last minute, and then whenever they did the stay-at-home thing, we decided we'd go ahead and do that too.
Yeah.
But, I talked to Eric the other day, and we're itching to play really bad, so it probably won't be too much longer before we're getting together and maybe putting on face masks and everything. I don't know. We don't know. I just feel I risk myself enough going out and working, so right now I'm just staying at home.
Yeah.
I think that's how it is for all of us right now, too. I think some of these other bands, I think we're just lucky because we live really close to each other to a point. So it's just like, Chloe doesn't even live like 5 minutes away from where we practice.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're risking a lot doing it. It's not like we're driving out like, 20 minutes or 30 minutes to go to somewhere.
We all live fairly close together, and I live in Kings Mountain, and in our area we still only have 6 cases.
Oh yeah,
and
I live near Kings Mountain.
Okay.
I know where that's at.
And Eric and Ben live in Gastonia, so it's a little bit worse over there. But I'm itching to do it, and I'm not too afraid of it.
We're just doing the practices 3, so I don't think we're worried about it either. To a point.
Yeah.
We've all kind of stayed away from other people for a while, so
and, we're very cleanly.
It just sucks that there's something like this that makes us even have to not practice.
Oh man, what a bad timing too, on everything.
It's weird. I would normally be at school so far away, and we wouldn't be able to practice anyways. But since school got all online and stuff, I'm here.
Yeah.
But we still can't do stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with doing it, as long as you're being careful about everything. And I think it's something to worry about, but it's not like I go out into the world thinking that everywhere I go, I'm running into it. I just don't feel like it's out there like that. And if you're washing your hands all the time, I think that's the big thing. Wash your hands all the time as much as possible.
Yeah. I already wash my hands like 4 times a day because I used to work in fine dining, and so I just got into the idea of doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I was already prepared for this. Had to get a mask, and I was good.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else you guys want to talk about or say about the song? Or
the song is weird because it's a song that it doesn't sound like anything we've ever done, and it probably doesn't sound like anything we'll ever do. Like it's kind of just an anomaly. Like the instrumentation is kind of where we're going, but like the vocal, both in style and lyrical content, it's just kind of this weird, doesn't take itself seriously, like funny, goofy punk song, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it's
about self-expression, and
we were playing.
it's got more character.
When we were writing the song, we were playing with like a lot of punk bands and stuff, like things that were heavier than us, and we were just kind of like
Azar Stell.
Like Azar Stell was the one we played with a lot. And they would just bring the energy, and then like compared to us, we were just like, man, we don't bring energy, so we're like, let's write a song that's just nothing but energy, just for the heck of it.
Yeah. That's one thing I've noticed about you guys from the songs that I've heard is that you really don't have to stick within a lot of bands around here don't stick within one certain genre, but you can really incorporate a lot of different stuff into your music and it works.
Yeah, we try to be very versatile.
Some of the new stuff when we actually have an album that actually releases is going to be very interesting because there's so much moments there I'm like, okay, that's not what we're really going for.
A lot of it makes no sense. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know, there's this, like, some parts just go, like, really heavy, and then some parts are, like, kind of funky, and then it's like, I don't know where we're going with it.
Yeah, we have one song that's going on the album that just sounds like a Rage Against the Machine song.
That's another influence of ours, so, and overall it's kind of got a more psychedelic feel.
Yeah.
It's like heavy, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah. Awesome.
So yeah, there's a lot of influences there.
Yeah, I hope people like this. I hope people like it. I think the mix sounds pretty good. We're obviously going to be super critical of it, but I'm really happy with how the recording turned out, I think.
Yeah, it turned out really.
I've gotten to where I'm a lot better with our recordings. In the past, I would always think, we could have done better. But again, I think that's one of those things that the more you do it, the less picky you get about it because it just, whatever, that works. But that could just be me as well, because I do know some people that are seasoned musicians that are really, really picky about the stuff they put out, and I get that.
It's like with the EP, we kind of just played it safe because it's our first time in the studio and we didn't really know what we were doing, but we were definitely experimental this time around, like adding echoes to the vocals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
We got backup vocals.
we're gonna have different arrangements of things. I know there's I got a buddy who does mode modulating work, and that's gonna be on the album.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be some weird stuff that's thrown out there. So keep your eye out for it. It's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
I love those Wilma guys, man. Those are the one band that I read about constantly because we actually saw them at your show. That was the first time we saw them.
Yeah.
When we go to shows, well, at least me, I'm always kind of like, okay, new guys, let's see what they got. I'm always kind of, okay, let's see what. And the reason why we freaked out so much was because they played a song that me and Music used to do. It was Too Many Puppies.
Yeah.
Like Brian did that cover.
And they did a great job.
In the alt metal band Mercury used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
And then we heard the song starts off with that ride cymbal.
Yeah, he was playing that ride forever.
And we looked at each other like, no, they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. And they did it. And from there it was true love. It was true love.
They're super nice guys too, and so funny, and just, I don't know, I love those guys.
I think they're gonna do great things. Just with all the factors, all the things they have going.
They played. I saw them a while back, and they played me one of the singles they're gonna drop later, and my God, was that song amazing! Like I was just like, you know when you just when you listen to something so good, you're just like disappointed in yourself that you didn't write it. That's how I felt listening to their stuff. I was just like,
and not even just musically, like, cause like Vicky, the bass player, he did the art for this single, like the art that's gonna be on Spotify and whatnot. We were like, hey, can you draw something for us? And he's like, sure, yeah, and they just drew it.
Yeah, that blew me away. I was like, wow.
It's kind of awesome.
Yeah, the one thing that I'll get on them about though is they're terrible at Smash and Mario Kart. We heard it here first. Yeah. They're really bad at it.
Yeah.
Like, they're really bad at it.
And
Like,
Mortal Kombat, like. I won so many times.
They're just bad at video games in general. They're just really bad at video games.
So, are we starting a video game war here on the podcast?
Yeah, like
got a video game beef.
Song, let's be honest, the song "Trash" is about their video games. It really is. And you heard it here first. They're terrible at any kind of handheld devices.
No, but really, it's kind of controversial. But it's just about people who are trash. Really,
they're just
people who you run across and they're just rude.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a song about It's like a song about assholes, kind of.
Because you deal with them a lot in this kind of business. You deal with a lot of people that are just like crawl under your skin.
Yeah, I've run into them. For sure.
Or just going to the supermarket or everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. I see them when I go to work. I'll see them in just a little while when I go to work. So.
Yeah, so it's kind of an anthem. You just hear that in your head when you see them. And it's kind of just how you feel when you see them.
Oh, man. But at the end of the day,
it's rage and anger.
But at the end of the day, it's really a song about love.
Okay.
It's a love song.
It's a love song called Trash.
It's a love song.
Where are you guys from? You just said Kings Mountain a minute ago, and
like we're at New Hope.
So I grew up in Belmont, but I live in Gastonia now.
Okay.
I went to school in Chapel Hill. So.
We all went to high school together at South Point. That's where we met.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically you guys are another Gaston County band.
Yeah, technically.
But we can keep that on the down low if you want to. If you want to be a Charlotte band, that's fine.
Yeah. We come with the hell everybody.
I mean, Fred
Durst of Limp Bizkit went to Hunter Huss.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
He's our idol. He's our inspiration.
I know people that went to school with him and used to hang out with him. So I've never met him.
To meet this man, that's like it's impossible for me to meet Fred Durst, and therefore I think
we're steps away from Fred Durst, and it's just a shame we haven't met him. It's so dumb.
I'll get this all edited together, and you said you're going to release it on the 8th. I'll make sure you guys release it before I actually put it online. That way nobody hears it from me first.
Okay. No, leak it, please.
No, leak it. Leak it on your radio.
I'm not going to leak it. War Boys and Wilma both gave me their songs like 2 weeks ahead of time, and I didn't let anybody hear them.
Damn.
But I listened to them like over and over because they were so good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can listen to yeah. This is a fan favorite. I know that. I know people ask us to play this one all the time. So That's why we released it as a single, because like people are like, oh, I love that one that you guys do, where you guys are like yelling. It's a very animated track.
Which is not usually like us, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you'll like it. We give you permission to leak it on your radio thing, man. I don't mind it. You leak it, I'm not gonna say anything.
Well, like I said, I won't leak it because I don't really have anything coming out between now and then where I can play it. So I'll just do it whenever the day that you drop this, I'll release this. Yeah. People can hear it.
No, you can just put it on like Napster, you know. Just kind of leak it on Napster.
It's funny because you can actually hear Van Huskins on Napster now, and Napster's like a real legal thing. Although I don't know anybody that actually uses it. But
I always say on stage when we do live, and I do kind of a I say go check us out on Spotify or whatever. I will always say Napster. We're not on Napster. I don't know why I say that. We're not on Napster. I don't know why I'm like, check us out on Napster.
Take you out because you're trash. Fucking us in the ass! Fucking us in the ass! Hope you're having a blast! Fucking us in the ass!
Have you ever been ignored by the ones you seek? Oh yeah. Are you sick and tired of all these creeps? You know it. Following you around like
and start saying LimeWire and Kazaa, and you probably don't even remember those, but
I remember I remember LimeWire too.
LimeWire. I figured that one you at least knew of. Yeah, I probably killed a couple of computers with stuff I downloaded from that. The viruses I got. I don't know. This has been a Gabba Gabba Hunt Media production.